Alright everyone, got the Clodbuster back on the bench. Kind of calmed down about it breaking on me last time. So what I'm going to do is prepare it for the new ESC that's coming. And one of the things I need to do is I need to clean this thing up. If you look down here, this is not very nice. I stored this in the garage in my last house. I had it on top of a shelf and a mouse got in here. If you guys remember one of my older videos, the only thing it did was it ate the antenna wire on the old receiver that I had, so not a big deal. But there is some nastiness down in here that I probably should have cleaned up a long time ago. So I got some of this urine remover stuff that I'm going to spray in here, clean it out, but I'm going to get all these electronics out of the way. And then while I'm in here, we'll go ahead and do the servo. We'll go ahead and put that new horn on there, try it out, but we'll go ahead and take out this original speed control and we'll get all that ready for the brand new electronic one that's coming. Interesting, here on the original Clodbuster there is a switch here on the side for high power and low power, and the motors run through here, but it looks like the brand new ESC only has 4 connectors going to it, so it looks like this switch will be another thing that's just a thing of the past here on the old Clodbuster. But I found this too. Look, the mouse ate this wire here for like the on-off switch, which I think that's probably going to get replaced too. I believe the new one has a on-off switch, but I'm just going to leave that in there for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some grocery bags underneath here because I don't want this cleaner getting into the motors underneath. So we'll try our best to keep stuff from getting into there. Show you the speed control here. See, so you have 2 motor wires, but then you also have these 2 other wires that go over here. So I guess in reality, now looking at this, I probably could have taken the speed control out of the frog and just cut this and resolder it. I could have made this myself, really, but you know, I mean, I guess it's just better to do away, change it, go with the more modern stuff. It's gonna be better anyhow. Yeah. So I want to show you something. This is pretty cool. Long before LEDs and all this other stuff is that there was actually, you could put lights in here. And if you look here, flashing unit. So I used to have lights that ran in here. I used to have this plugged into the battery eliminator circuit on the speed control. And I used 4 AA's to power everything. And I actually had headlights in the body of the Clod. And I have not been able to find any information on this flashing unit thing, but yeah, long before all that stuff, I used to actually have headlights. I can't remember if the lights burned out or what happened to them, but the headlights are long gone. So we'll go ahead and spray this in here, and oh crap, I was trying not to get it into that, just in case this thing does still work somehow. There you have it. Look at that flashing unit. Input 7.2 volts. Maybe that's why I never upgraded the battery in this thing. Oh, yuck. Oh, that's nasty. Freaking mice. We're going to go ahead and let this dry. I think it came out pretty good. See, I also want to show you, like right here. This is the actual screw that I had to put in that was missing from the case on the last video, but I think that came out pretty good. If you look at that, That's looking pretty good right there. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and let this thing dry. I got the servo, the balls mounted on the servo. One thing nobody mentioned I didn't hear about is you will have to drill that out. If you look at the size of the hole from the original servo disc. But as you can see, if you place it center, this is a lot higher, so as you turn, there should be a lot more throw, which is supposed to make these wheels turn to their full potential. So we shall see. It looked pretty good in the video, so we'll let this dry, and then we'll tackle getting this back on. Oh, look at that. That is so much cleaner, and honestly, yeah, that was disgusting. I probably should have cleaned that a long time ago. Actually, my game plan was to go ahead and just get it running, make sure everything worked, and then I was going to take it down to a bare frame and redo everything, but then everything decided to break, so I've kind of rebuilt it anyhow. But anyhow, so we need to get this new horn on the servo, so we need to get some batteries to power up this receiver. Now we make sure we got this thing centered up so it sits down there like that. We'll get this thing on here as close to center as possible. Oh, look at that. It lined right up. Perfect. So that should give a lot more movement than what the original one would do. Here, let's try to compare. So yeah, hopefully this should work out. I'll go ahead and bolt this up and check back in with you. So sitting still, we still have the same problem. It doesn't move, but if I move it just a little bit, it is turning the tires. So that's promising. It's never really done that before. So we shall see. So look at that. Let's make sure this thing's going to fit now. Because that servo horn's up there. Heck yeah, I'm not feeling it, I don't feel it hit the tray, because look at how far that dips down. And that goes right there, right above that. Ooh, that's close. So yeah, there you go. Alright, awesome. So now I just waiting on the actual brand new speed controller to show up, and then we can get the old Clodbuster running. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boom, we got the brand new ESC ready to go for the Clodbuster, but we're having a little bit of an issue here. I swear, there's just like this karma about this dang truck, like a revenge for leaving it in the garage and letting mice move into it. I don't know. So we got a couple of problems going on here. First, let me just say one thing. I was working on the edit, and I mistakenly called this an ESC. This is a mechanical speed control. This is just a speed control, not an ESC. Sorry, brother. This is an ESC. This is an electronic speed control because it just takes the signal from the receiver and tells it how much power to put out. Where this was just a mechanical thing where on step 1, step 2, to cut down the power, it ran through resistors. Step 3 was just full blast. So not a whole lot of in between. You know, you have 1, 2, 3 speeds really. Where this is kind of infinite. So I did improperly call this an ESC. It's just a speed control. Sorry about that. So first problem while I'm at it, look at how long the wire is on this. Look, this isn't going to reach the motors. So I have to make a wire that's going to go from here down to the motors. I could cut this off, solder wires. I do have some extra wires laying around from I guess an old Clodbuster ESC. I must replace this thing at one time because I actually have wires for a Clodbuster. But anyhow, I could cut these off, solder that on there, and be done with it, and I could get the truck running. But I'm just kind of thinking about for service. What if this thing goes bad, or what if I need to take that tray off and service the servo underneath? I do want to be able to disconnect it. So I ordered the terminals to go ahead and connect. So I'm just going to cut these wires, put the male bullet terminal, and wire it. Amazon said it would be here today, and it didn't show up. It's looks like tomorrow. So slight little hiccup with that. But the big thing is with this speed control is that this was supposed to be for a Clodbuster. The re-release, this supposedly came from a re-release and they didn't use it, whatever happened, which I believe because it has this connector. It has a Tamiya battery connector on it. If you were to buy this thing, it's a Hobby Wing ESC. You can buy these things all day long. It's not just for the Clodbuster, okay? But it wouldn't come with this connector. But the problem here is in the owner's manual that came with this, that came in the bag. So this was sealed up in a bag and it had this. Right here where it says battery type, it says LiPo. Well, I don't have a LiPo that I use with the Tamiyas. I have a nickel metal hydride, which you have to program. Now, like my hotshot, the ESC and the hotshot, there's a jumper. There's some pins over here, and there's a jumper. You just move it. Too easy, right? Too easy, because, you know. But this thing being a Clodbuster has to be difficult. So you need a program card to change the setting. So I don't know. I mean, this thing being set for the Clodbuster, is it already programmed for a nickel metal hydride? I don't know. I pulled up the re-release owner's manual and went through it, and the only thing it said is 7.2 volt battery, but I don't know what this thing's programmed for, so we're gonna go ahead and use this card, program this thing, and make sure it's set up for the right battery, because I don't want to plug this thing in, it's on the wrong battery, and we end up smoking it. So we'll go ahead and program this thing, and then we'll be good to go. I have the terminals coming. We'll go ahead and get this on here, and then we should have it up and running. Now I want to show you this. Check this out. I bought this little, I kept debating whether to do this or not, but I got a, look at it, mini GPS bike computer. It was like 30 bucks. They do have one by Sky RC that you'll see a lot of YouTubers use. This thing's like 100 bucks. And then what a lot of people do, they either tape it or silly putty, whatever. Somehow they use something to stick it to the body. What I did is I just got a washer from the garage and I super glued it to the back. You get these magnets here. They're really cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight. They come in a 2-pack like that. And so the body of the cars are really thin. They're just plastic. So what I'm going to do is just put the magnets under the body of the car, put that on top, snap the body on, and then I'll be able to do some speed runs. Because I got some stuff coming up, guys. I got some more RC stuff. Hopefully you're cool with that. But yeah, so, oh man, so now I gotta figure all this out and try to program this damn thing. So I'll check back in with you when I get this figured out. Alright, it took me a second because it said here in the instructions, don't hook a battery to the ESC before, so I thought I had to run it on these 4 batteries. I powered up, anyhow, it didn't work, so put the battery on the ESC, then turn this thing on, and it works. So item number 2 was set to LiPo, so I'm glad that we did this. So yeah, I don't think I really want to change anything else. Initial start off force, I don't know. I'm not sure if I should change that, or max reverse force. I think we'll go 100% in reverse. Well, the good thing is now I have this. I don't think any of my... I'll probably never need it for anything other than this. I don't know, but I have it. I mean, at least this car wasn't expensive. I think it was like 12 bucks, so it's not crazy, but probably the only thing I would ever adjust maybe is the initial start-off force, which is item number 4. So we go here, item number 4, see value 3, we go here, it's 4%. So we can go up to 6, 8, 10. I guess this is like when you squeeze the trigger, how much power it gives it to. We'll see. So if it doesn't wheelie, we'll increase that. So it shouldn't really take anything really just to go ahead and plug this thing in. Now I know how all this works. So alright, this post office should be here later with my connectors from Amazon, and then we'll go ahead and finish it up, and we should have the Clodbuster running today. Fingers crossed. So I got all the connectors on. I'm about to wire this thing up, and I found one problem here with the servo horn. There's no clearance for the battery. So I don't know how people did this in other videos, but you cannot get the battery to cross without hitting that. So there was probably a reason that Tamiya limited the servo horn. So I'm just going to put the factory one back in and deal with it. But for right now, I want to try to get these motors wired up. Make sure the speed control here works. Let's go ahead and jack this thing up so we don't have a runaway situation. So one thing I'm curious about is the motor on this side goes in this way, the motor on that side goes in that way. I'm thinking one of these motors must run in reverse. So I gotta go get the dang remote. Guess that would help, huh? Oops, sorry. Yeah, I believe on Tamiya yellow is positive. So I wired it up that way, and sure enough, yeah, the back wheel spun a different direction. Woohoo! Look at that. Alright, man, we got it working. So, I'm gonna have to take that servo horn off, tie all this up, and I'll get back with you. We'll take this out for a test drive. I'm not gonna bore you with any more time lapses of me fixing stuff. Alright, I see what I should have done is this upper bar. I should have put it on the bottom, and then that would have gave me clearance for the battery to slide through. But I've already got everything put back together now. I think the reason, this is the way the factory called for, and I think the reason is because the way these wires for the motor come in. See, on this side, they come in and they're clear of that. It's not the best situation. They really should have ran these wires through a separate area, but you know, it is what it is. You know, the steering's not the best, but you know, I'm just gonna toy around with this thing here and there. So, oh well. I figured before I buttoned it up, I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, I guess the guy never explained in that video how he did it, so I was just kind of winging it. But alrighty. Look at her go, man. It's a little weird driving it with electronic speed control. Alright, despite everything, I do love this truck. Like I said, I bought this when it first came out in 1987, which you could tell. The Chevy bow tie, they got in trouble for that copyright infringement. It also says Chevrolet, where like back here, yeah, on the tailgate. So my original 1987, only modern thing on it now is the electronic speed control, which I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to see if I can't program the trigger points on that, see if it can't learn that somehow. But other than that, yeah, man, she's working, doing pretty good. I'm happy. Got my Clodbuster back. It's working, so I will definitely have a lot more RC content for those of you that are into that. If not, sorry, I will have some real car content coming up. I got Project Z28 I need to work on. We got the GTO we need to fix. And then we're going to do some driving videos. But, you know, right now, you know, I'm having fun with the RC stuff, man. I absolutely love this. You guys wouldn't believe how heavy this thing is. Check it out, man. Dual motor. 4-wheel steering. Love it. I think for 1987 too. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed as much as you could me getting this thing fixed. The story of the mice getting in here. Ugh. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, Clodbuster. I'm sorry. Sorry I kind of ignored you, put you in the garage, and the mouse moved in, but we got you fixed up and running good. So, all right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, shares, comments, appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Check the links down below. We got some good info for you. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll see you in the next one. Cat. Seriously? You're holding me up. Why you have my workbench? What are you doing? Bug. Get off my workbench now. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. You're in the production area.